I won't be here long enough to use PowerPoint. My name is Anna Visser. I work for the European Anti-Poverty Network, and on behalf of the community platform, I just wanted to welcome everybody here today. Obviously, this is an extremely exciting event for the platform, so we're delighted you could be here. I'm just going to take a couple of minutes to explain why we commissioned this paper and perhaps a little bit about our ambition for it. Obviously, we felt it would be a very timely initiative when we embarked on it. What we maybe underestimated was just how timely it was going to be and the immediacy of the debate that's happening on the future of Irish society at the moment. So obviously we're very convinced it has an important contribution to make. At the heart of our ambition as civil society organisations and as members of the community platform is a commitment and a belief that a more equitable, just and inclusive Ireland is possible. The members of the platform are motivated by a vision for Ireland in which development means an increasingly fair society and a democracy which is defined by participation, engagement and pluralism. So when we came to commissioning this paper, we asked Mary Murphy and Peadar Kirby to write a paper which would inform this process and inform this thinking. We asked them to critically examine existing models of development and responses to exclusion and inequality, assessing progress to date, and to present their analysis of alternative models of development that Ireland could draw on. We believe that they have succeeded in presenting a paper which poses many challenges and raises many questions for everyone concerned with anti-poverty, social inclusion and equality in Ireland. We will be hearing from the authors themselves directly about the content of the report, but if I could just say that what they've managed to do is draw on an assessment of Ireland's model of development and consider existing alternatives. They've prompted us to begin to consider the values that should inform any future sustainable model of development in Ireland. And never has this challenge been more urgent, as governments all over Europe and indeed here move to privatise profit and socialise loss. Serious questions have been raised about how we structure our societies. What the world is now witnessing is much more than limited market failure, but really goes to the heart of how we organise financial capitalism. And these realities have implications, direct and indirect, for Ireland's model of development. And in the wake of Budget 2009, this paper seeks to answer that question about a better Ireland. Every day, the members of the community platform work for and with children, women and men for whom the challenge of articulating an alternative vision is not a theoretical luxury, but rather a very practical, immediate and urgent necessity. The paper concludes that a better Ireland is possible and asks us all to step up to that challenge of articulating that vision. In a mature democracy, one that values pluralism, diversity and governance, everyone has the right to participate in generating alternative visions and solutions, and everyone shares the responsibility of participating in that alternative. Fundamentally, as members of Irish society, we believe that democracy is the right to choose and the right to create alternatives to choose from. As members of the platform, we're very grateful to the work of Mary Murphy and Peadar Kirby in producing this paper, which, as I said, is really a very exciting initiative for us. We, of course, didn't give them completely free rein while the paper represents their analysis. It was part of a process that the community platform members were involved in, which included a seminar in March to allow the members of the platform to engage with the analysis and shape the paper. This process was overseen by a steering committee, which included Andrew Brownlee of the Simon Communities of Ireland, Camille Loftus with Open, Anne Irwin of the Community Workers Co-op, Bríd O'Brien at the INOU, Orla O'Connor at the National Women's Council of Ireland, myself, of course Anne Costello of the Community Platform, who without whom none of this would have happened, including the launch today, and Siobhan O'Donoghue at the Margaret Wright Centre, who was so critical to the process, her name managed to be omitted from the foreword, so our excuses to her for that. As I said at the beginning, what we didn't realise was quite how timely and urgent that this contribution to an emerging debate was going to be. Kapuściński, who was a Polish journalist who died last year, raised the question about what does crisis mean in terms of how do we organise society, and his answer to that was a very simple one. A crisis happens when questions are being raised that we can't answer, and what we're hoping is that this paper will contribute to our attempt to answer some of those questions moving forward. So we hope that you find the paper and today's seminar interesting in informing your own thinking and development in terms of that agenda. Thank you. And in order to do that, you will of course need copies of the paper, which will be available at the end of the seminar, just outside the door.